wear clothes every day, but do you ever stop and think about the fabric that's on your skin all day long and what impact it might be having on your skin? Do you know what it is? What is it doing for you or to you, or even to the environment around you? My name is Atina Crane and I'm a personal stylist. And one of the things that I often see overlooked when people are buying clothing is understanding the fabric that they're purchasing and what it is that they're actually putting on their body. And so I think that it's important for us to slow down and learn about the things that we purchase instead of always like running out there to buy clothes as much as possible, but specifically learning about the fabric that you're putting on your body, that you're wrapped in literally like 24/7 unless you're walking around naked. Think about this clothing. Is it something that is damaging my skin? Is it something that is damaging the lovely earth that we all live on, that we would like to keep living on? Is it also harming other people? Those are questions that I think are really important for us to ask when buying clothing, and I think those are fair questions. But in a society that is always pushing consumption, oftentimes when you're asking those questions, it's almost like weird. Today, I wanted to walk you through that a little bit, and the way that I'm going to approach it is to talk about the top 5 fabrics that are commonly used in our clothing and really go through and compare and contrast them and answer the sort of questions that I just mentioned about them. So let's get started. The number 1 most commonly used material in fabric is cotton. Cotton is somewhere in your closet. It could be any of your clothing could be made out of it. A lot of times your sheets are made out of cotton, your towels are made out of cotton. You're coming into contact with cotton at some point of the day, most likely. Cotton is a great fabric for everyday wear. It's breathable, it's natural, it's also biodegradable, but it does retain a lot of moisture, which is why cotton isn't the most ideal fabric to use for workout clothes, because it does retain that moisture, and so you're going to stay sweaty. Now it's going to be breathable, but you might get a little cold after working out, especially if you're going to sit under the AC or something. So I mean, if you're okay with having that sweat on you while you're working out and then changing out of it, that's a great choice. But if you want to work out and you want to get dry fast and maybe even like go get a smoothie after you work out and not get cold in the AC, then cotton is not like a great choice. There are different grades of cotton, and some cotton does have a lot of pesticide in it, which is why a lot of labels now say organic cotton, and that's when they didn't spray it with pesticide or whatever the requirements are for organic. Usually it's very soft. There are certain cottons like Egyptian cotton might be something that you've seen for bed sheets, and that's going to be something that's going to be a lot stronger, a lot softer. It almost has like a silky feeling to it. If you really take care of it, then it's going to stay really soft for a long period of time. But that brings me to the point that cotton can fade really easily. It can wear kind of quickly, again, depending on what grade of fabric they use. And it can shrink. So when it comes to clothing, you kind of got to take care of it for it to last a longer period of time. In my opinion, cotton is probably the best fabric for your undergarments, because that's where you really want something more breathable compared to something like polyester, which brings us to the second most used fabric in clothing, which is polyester. Like, I need to draw on my lips a little bit more to talk about this fabric, because this is a fabric that I have a lot of personal issues with. Like, who decided to start making fabric out of plastic to put on our bodies? Like, who decided to do that? Yes, the tone of this video is switching real quick, and I'm realizing it as we're going, but this is something that I'm very passionate about. Like, Polyester to me just seems like a terrible fabric, and it's everywhere. You know what? Research and find one good reason for wearing polyester. Okay, you know what? I thought of a reason, but I will look into it a little bit more. One reason may be puffer jackets. Like puffer jackets, I could get why you would want to wear plastic, because you literally want to trap in all of the body heat that you can and not let it out, so you can stay warm when it's windy. You don't want the wind to get through the clothing. Like cotton would be a terrible choice for that, but like polyester would be a great choice for something like that. When it comes to like something like that, that's for survival. But like if you're living, like for example in Texas, and it's 100 degrees outside, why would you want to wear something that's not allowing your body heat to get out? That's not a good idea. And a lot of clothing are made out of polyester that feels like cotton, but it's not. And what you're doing is you're basically wearing a garbage bag outside, and like the sun is heating it up and you're sweating underneath it. Like think about like condensation building up in like a plastic bag. That's what's happening. And then you're like, why am I having skin issues? It's because your skin could not breathe all day. And then you maybe went to sleep in polyester sheets that also aren't breathable, and you're getting all hot at night, and you're sweating all night long. Like you're wasting money, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources buying things that are horrible and actually like costing you in the long run. Like if you have a skin disease, that's a lot of money to get rid of a skin disease. You know how much skincare costs? Do you know how much it costs to go to a dermatologist? I do, because I had skin issues and I had to go figure them out, and it's expensive. You don't want to do that. So I'm just trying to save you the heartache, the headache, the money, the time, and the effort, because growing up, people didn't really teach me things like this. Anyways, polyester. It is not biodegradable. I have to verify this fact, but I believe. So polyester takes 200 years to decompose versus cotton, which takes 5 years to decompose. So 200 years of pieces of land that you can't use, that's a very long time. You know? So cotton, when it comes to environmental factors, like environmental impact, cotton is definitely going to be the better choice, because everything that you've thrown away is in a landfill somewhere. Everything. Now, do you want that landfill to always be full of plastic and pretty much dead? But if it's stuff that's biodegradable, then there's going to be things that are going to grow there again. Polyester is made out of petroleum, which is a crude oil and a non-renewable source. Manufacturing polyester releases toxic greenhouse chemicals into the atmosphere, so the air that you're breathing. Every time you wash them, you're releasing microplastics into the environment, into the water, into the ocean, where fish are eating these microplastics, and then we're eating the fish, so the microplastics end up in your body. And like I said before, it takes hundreds of years for it to decompose, so it's going to stay in our environment and cycle through it for hundreds of years. And the more that we make them, the more of them are there, and we can't really get rid of them. Polyester is extremely harsh on your skin and on your body. It traps heat, sweat, and odor, and it can cause skin irritation because it's coated in chemicals to make it water resistant or wrinkle free. It's just a bunch of unnatural things that come together, and then you're putting it on your skin all day long. And the thing is that it doesn't even really usually feel high quality. It usually feels really cheap. It usually wears really fast and falls apart really fast. And that's why you end up having to run out there and buy new things all the time. And that's the trap that you're in. You're buying things that are cheap, but they're also low quality. and you're gonna have to go spend more money really soon again. Also, spend more time, so you're losing more if you value your time. But instead, the argument that I'm making is that you buy something else, you buy less things, and you take care of them, you slow down and really like actually like learn about the fabric. Okay, so I need to wash it on cool, I need to lay it out to dry instead of throwing it in the dryer. Then that way you're gonna have things that are gonna last longer, are gonna be really good to your skin, and also are not going to stick around after you're gone and still haunt the environment and other people. But I can see how polyester can be appealing because it holds color and shape well. It's like really easy to manipulate, really easy to work with. It's that trap of cute versus real quality. Just because something is beautiful and cute doesn't mean that it's real quality. There are some uses for this fabric, but the thing is, for everyday wear, it's the worst kind of fabric to use in my opinion. Alright, now that we're done with polyester and I'm done with my rant, the next most commonly used fabric is viscose, also known as rayon. So viscose is one that I haven't made up my mind about too much yet because it is naturally derived. It's made from wood pulp, which is a semi-synthetic material, but there are chemicals on it. So for me, I try to stay more on the natural side and stay away from chemicals, whether it comes to like the things that I use around the house or the clothes that I wear or anything that might be in my food. I try to just stay on the more natural side altogether. So knowing that it is heavily chemically processed, it's something that I try to stay away from. Now, of course, just like anybody else, sometimes I make an exception. Maybe it is an outfit that I really, 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 really love. But that's like not all the time, that's not an excuse that I use all the time. That's just like very rarely. I know definitely I'm gonna wear, I know definitely I'm gonna take care of it and have it for a long time. Then I allow myself to do something like that. But also like viscose is more biodegradable. So I feel a little bit better about it, but that's just my personal opinion. And all of this is just for your information, even though I feel so passionately about what I said about polyester. Even for that, I mean, I think sometimes we can make exceptions, but I think that every person needs to educate themselves and make those decisions for themselves and think about what it is that they're okay with and what they're not okay with. Back to viscose. Viscose is very soft, it's gentle on your skin, but it can retain odors a little bit more than cotton. The feel of the fabric is almost silky, but it is a different quality. It does drape really well, but it doesn't wash too well. So a lot of times, like, you gotta really take care of it. And so if you are someone that doesn't want to spend the time to do that, maybe it is a fabric that you try to stay away from. The number 4 most commonly used material for clothing is wool. Wool is made out of sheep hair. So there's probably no pesticide or very low pesticide, and it's biodegradable. Wool is often used for warm clothing, like your sweaters, your socks, your scarves. Those are often made out of wool because wool keeps you really warm, it's naturally insulating, and at the same time helps you regulate your body temperature really well because of its thermoregulating properties. Wool is also moisture wicking and odor resistant, which is why you see a lot of hiking gear made out of wool. People even have merino wool t-shirts, and it's something that is a lot of people's favorites for traveling. It is a heavier fabric, so a lot of times it is blended with other materials. It's even used in upholstery materials because it's so sturdy, and it's naturally antibacterial. So it doesn't hold odor, it doesn't hold bacteria, so it's a really good friend to your skin. Our last but not least, most commonly used type of fabric is linen. I'm a big fan of linen because it is so breathable. Like for the summer, for when it's hot, it is my favorite type of fabric to wear because I can feel the wind coming through. And I love it. It's highly sustainable, highly biodegradable. It's a very strong fabric and eco-friendly. So when it comes to that, it just feels like I'm a part of nature when I wear linen. And we are a part of nature, by the way. Like, that's how we should feel, like walking through our environment. Like, I am one with this world. We are in this world. And like, loving yourself, loving the world that you live in includes being really intentional about your clothing, because that's literally how your body is connected to this world every day. And did you know that linen is actually stronger than cotton too? Linen is a great fabric. The only kind of downside that it has is that it wrinkles really fast. But sometimes, like, I'm just like, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it wrinkling a little bit. And then when I need to be like on pictures or something like that, I'll iron it out or steam it out. And I think everybody knows that linen is an amazing fabric and it feels the best, which is why a lot of times when people are going on vacation on some island where they just want to feel like a princess and feel amazing, they're gonna wear linen dresses and feel all flowy and awesome. And I love that. And I think that it's okay to feel like that actually every day, not just when you're going on vacation. I don't think that it should be reserved for just those moments. I think that, like, if you are going to the store or you're cleaning around the house or you're going for a walk, you should still like you should really consider linen for your everyday wear, especially during the summer, especially somewhere warm. So all I'm saying is you have a lot of good options, and a lot of them have different purposes, different things that they're going to help you accomplish. It's important to consider all of those things when you're selecting the fabric that you're going to wear throughout your day. So I hope that this information was helpful, and I hope that it helps you to make a better decision when you're shopping next time. And if this is the type of information that you're interested in, if you want to have more girl chats about style, about fabrics, and self-care, then hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and stick around for when the next video comes out. Thank you for watching.